budget Lightsworn deck. 3 times the new one, the Lightsworn Dragonling, one of the best new support cards. For Lightsworn you have to run it, yeah, I said budget, but if you don't run them then you probably won't get far with the Lightsworns. Next one, also 3 times the Wise, the Lightsworn Archfiend, also must have played always if at 3. Most decks play these two at 3. Next one is Wolf, the Lightsworn Beast, also 3 times. 2 times Raiden, 2 times Felice, the Lightsworn Archer, 1 Garroth or Gareth, the Lightsworn Warrior. This is probably the most insane Lightsworn card, and mostly you use it as your normal summon or to special summon via the Wise. This guy is not once per turn. You can read through it yourself. He's broken basically. 1 Luminar, the Lightsworn Summoner, and 1 Luminar, the Twilight Sworn Shaman, or whatever, probably the only Twilight Sworn you should play in a Lightsworn deck. Then of course our 2 dragons, the Judgment Dragon and the Punishment Dragon. You don't have to run the Punishment Dragon, okay? You can. He's a little bit more expensive than the Judgment Dragon because there's only 1 print available of the Punishment Dragon set. Then for the Bestial lineup, 2 Bestial Lubellion, then 1 each, 1 Bestial Baldrake, 1 Bestial Saronir, 1 Bestial Magnamut, and 1 Bestial Druisworm. Yeah, standard Bestial lineup. Then for some, yeah, more or less random, not random, but generic dragons, you know, that fit in very well. 2 Star League Seifert, very nice to add back your Judgment Dragon or Punishment Dragon or Lubellion or any level 8 Dark or Light Dragon monster from your graveyard to your hand by banishing it. So really nice card and also a nice hand effect. Then the 2 Bud Spencer and Terence Hill of dragons, you know, the white dragon and the black dragon Collapse Serpent. Yeah, these 2 are just too good, you know. 3 special, always, almost all, anytime available, and they search themselves, so very nice. And the last cool card, and not only because he's cool, in this deck he's extremely good, and he's so versatile, the Chaos Emperor Dragon, the Dragon of Armageddon, you know, the Pendulum. And he's so versatile, you can use him in so many ways. He's level 8, you can use it for Xyz 8, or you can add back to your hand one of your banished dragon monsters, or whatever, you know. Yeah. And the last 5 cards, or yeah, just cards I thought they fit in well. 1 Danger Mothman, just to unbrick, you know, unbrick your hand or unbrick your deck. 1 Tillman's Sharon, same reason, to unbrick your deck or hand. 1 Blackwing Zephyrus the Elite. Yeah, basically if he's in the grave, you know, easy to summon and to give back to your hand whatever you want. And the last 2, the Shufflers, the only 2 Ishizu cards that are not banned. Keldo and Modora, you know, to shuffle back some cards you might want to have back in your deck. So that's it for the monsters. If you don't have a Punishment Ring, just run a second copy of Judgment Ring, or leave it out completely. For the spells, 3 times Charge of the Light Brigade. Well, that's pretty obvious, I guess. 3 times Solar Recharge. Also, these 3 or these 6 cards are absolutely broken because none of these are once per turn. Solar Recharge is not once per turn. Charge of the Light Brigade is not once per turn. Yeah. 1 Care Space, sadly limited to 1. 1 Foolish Burial. 1 Reasoning. Yes, that's more or less a win-win situation in this deck. Always. one branded regained, the only target for the Lobelion, and the last card is a trap card, the Lightsworn Aegis, or Aegis, or however this is pronounced. The basically on-field negate card. You can also run 2 if you want to. Usually you can easily mill your whole deck with Lightsworns. So you have mostly, if you play your full combo with this build here, you have most of the time only 3 cards left in your deck, so it's very likely you mill the Aegis. That's for the main deck. Extra deck, where the fun begins. Budget, yeah, it's some cards you have to play. Yeah, you can't get over them. Anyway, 1 Enlightenment Ring. Well, that's not that expensive. 1 Enlightenment Ring. 1 Sword Soul Overruler King Master Cheng Ying, my favorite card. Also not that expensive. The Bestial Disporter sadly is expensive. I hope it get a reprint very soon in the tins or in the Rarity Collection 2 or somewhere else. We need a reprint of that because it's just too expensive. Yeah, but he's too good, not to play. 1 Minerva, the Lightsworn Athena, one of the new one. It's a must-have. This is an option. You don't have to play that, but this makes mostly only sense if you have Punishment Dragon, the Time Lord Progenitor Warpgate. Why is that? If you combine that with Punishment Dragon, Time Lord Progenitor Warpgate says in the battle phase, if this card attacks or if this card gets attacked, you can activate its effect and banish all monsters your opponent currently controls until the end phase, and in the end phase you have to special summon all banished monsters back to the field. But if you banish your opponent's monster completely with the Time Lord Progenitor Warpgate and then immediately chain Punishment Dragon's effect to shuffle anything not Lightsworn related back into the deck from both players' graveyards and banished cards, these monsters won't get special summoned back. So the plan is mostly just summon Warpgate, attack, banish everything, go into main phase 2, special summon Punishment Dragon, and then activate Punishment Dragon's effect, and none of his cards or monsters get back to the field again. So yeah, that's why Warpgate only makes sense if you run makes the most sense if you run a Punishment Dragon. Then 1 Despion Lulu Validiv. It's just in here because it's overall negate card, and your monsters gain permanently 580k. You could swap that out, the Lulu or the Warpgate, with FA Dawn Dragster. That's a spell trap negate. Then also must have the Psy Framelord Omega. Then of course Michael the Arch Lightsworn. Then the most broken and powerful card in all of Yu-Gi-Oh history, the Winnie Pooh. I'm not gonna say about it, no, just kidding, not Winnie Pooh. It's should be Chaos Angel, of course, I just forgot to put it in. But play Winnie Pooh, it has more style than Chaos Angel. Then for the Xyz, 1 number 90, Galaxy Eyes Photon Lord, 1 Zombie Vampire, that's your Nibiru proof card, Try to get as quick as possible into the number 90 with your Judgment Dragon and Lobelion or whatever. Of course, 1 Minerva. And for the last 3 link cards, Luna, the Light Enchanter in Shining, I don't know. Yeah, because we run a lot of light monsters and makes the most sense. Then 1 Celine, the Queen of the Master Magicians, I don't know. Yeah, basically, to special summon your Lumina or the Twilight Swan Lumina back from the grave or your hand, and then you can make crazy things with them. And the last one is 1 Appaloosa, of course. Yeah. You might think now, I have already a lot of Lightsworn deck profiles on my profile, but the ban list changed anything, everything, yeah, it changed everything, so I had to rethink the whole process here. Also, a friend of mine helped me with building this here, so not all the credit goes to me, so also to my friends. Thank you very much for that. Yeah, and if you have any suggestions or tips, please let me know in the comments. You know, this is the most, in my eyes, budget version. You know, if you want to play it the most efficient way, then use more tier elements or just play it with the Horus cards. You know, this obviously works as best with the Horus cards. You know, they unbrick your deck even further. Same thing with the tier elements. This is a little bit of more gas and more power, but you know, some maybe don't want to spend $500. Okay, I'm over exaggerating now, but so much money on the deck. Anyway, thank you very much for watching, and until next time, goodbye.